Okay, so I'm going through a box of stuff that Mum gave me, I guess a few months ago now. And another thing I found in the box is another Mother's Day card. This one's from the 12th of May, 1974. So I was in the middle of primary school, just a young fella. So there's a card. And to Mum, sign spelt wrong, Michael. Happy Mother's Day, Mum. Happy to you day, mothers. So that's strange across the bottom there. I don't know what I was trying to do, but I jumbled it up a little bit. Happy Mothers, I wrote first, and I was going to go to you. Happy Mother's Day to you. I was going to put underneath, I think, but I'd drawn all these presents there, so I couldn't fit that. So I had to put the to you mother to you day up the top a bit further. I think that's what was going on. So I got carried away with drawing before I'd finished the headings. So that's rule number one, kids. Keep that in mind. Always finish your headings first. It's got 5 stars across the top. I'm not sure if I put the 5 stars there or if the teacher did. I can't remember. This is primary school. Remember, you can get 5 stars for handing in a rock. So the bar wasn't set very high. The 12th of May, 1974. It's stapled, and it's got special protective tape over the staples as well, which we used in primary school so that we didn't cut each other or cut ourselves when we put our fingers over the binding there and hit the staples. Didn't stab ourselves. Okay, so onto the card contents here, and it's enthralling stuff. Dear Mum, I hope you have a happy Mother's Day. I've got some presents for you. Presents spelt wrong. Thank you for letting me buy things from the shop and taking me for a drive in the car and taking me to grandmother's in the train and the car. Thank you, Mum, for buying me toys. That's always a good thing to thank your mother for on Mother's Day and Christmas. Thank you for buying me toys. And coming to the tuck shop. Tuck shop's very important too, where you get your lunch. And yeah, the tuck shop. Seeing Mum at tuck shop was lovely. Um, you know, only little people going to primary school, and I didn't want to go to primary school. I love being at home with Mum, and it took Mum and the teacher and a few other people to drag me inside the classroom on the first day of grade prep, and Mum left crying because she saw what a stressful situation it was for me. I didn't want to leave. I didn't want to leave her. And I was like a little puppy dog. I just wanted to be with Mum all day. And that was at the start of primary school. So seeing your mum in a tuck shop was a wonderful thing. To all the mothers out there who aren't sure, your children, especially in primary school, but even in high school, seeing your mother in a tuck shop, you can be having a bad day and suddenly all your spirits are lifted and things don't seem so bad. So thank you, mothers and dads who help out the tuck shop. It's not just mothers, it's dads as well. And thank you for helping out because it does mean a lot to your kids. I'm sure it meant a lot to me, so I'm sure it means a lot to your kids as well. So coming on a tuck shop and being kind to me and taking me to school, which I liked it as I got older. I liked school more and more as I got older, I guess. Thank you for taking me to the cartoon man. I think this is about having our portraits taken. We had our portraits taken in a little marketplace. There's a man sketching people's portraits, and I think that's what I mean there by the cartoon man. Oh, and one other thing I put in my card, very important. Bernard just reminded me. Oh, sorry, that's it. Thank you for taking me to the cartoon man. Bernard just reminded me. So sorry, there's no other page. Yeah, Bernard must have seen. Bernard was my best friend, and he must have seen the portraits the man painted. And he said, "Don't forget to thank your mum for the cartoon man portraits." That's what we called them. And so that's my card to mum on that day. With all the writing there, quite nicely put together. All the writings on lines. Lots of spelling mistakes. And so that was my card to mum. I sure wish I'd done. Sure wish I'd gone through my box of things she gave me while she was still with us. I'll regret that for the rest of my life because I've had so much fun and memories going through the box of things she kept. The old Mother's Day cards, the old pictures I drew. That was one of the better ones. There's a lot of pictures just on um, butcher's paper, I guess you call it, scrap paper, um, of just stick men and things. There's lots of pictures like that. Most of the box is full of that. But there's some gems in there as well, like the Mother's Day cards and the If Only poem and the other Mother's Day card. And there's all bits and pieces in there that I'm going to keep. So the message to people out there, if anyone's watching this video, and I don't think there is, I'm not a YouTuber, but if there's anyone out there watching this video, tell your mother and your father and your brothers and sisters and your friends, tell them you love them. Don't wait for tomorrow to go through boxes of memorabilia. Go through it today with them, and thank them every time you see them for looking after you and giving your life, especially your parents, giving your life, and your friends and your family and your parents for looking after you, taking care of you, keeping an eye out for you when you're down, and being supportive of you. So, anyway, all the best to you, Mum. Take care.